Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see real-world application problems related to fractions, and let us take an example here. And in this example, we want to find the perimeter of a figure like this. We have a figure which is this shape, something like that. It is not a rectangle. All four sides are different. I'll call these points as A, B, C, and D. Let's say line segment AB. This is a line. This is a segment here. This is 7 3/4 miles long, and then the line segment BC is 13 1/2 miles long. The line segment CD is 10 1/8 mile long, and the line segment DA or AD is 8 miles long. So we have a figure like this, and then we want to be able to find the perimeter of this figure. How do we do that? We're going to add up the definition of perimeter. Let me just write a step in here. Perimeter means if we were to start from one edge, and if we were to walk along the outer edge of this figure, and then if we were to come back to the starting point, and then if we stop there, that walking along the outer edge or tracing the outer edge of a figure is called the perimeter. So perimeter is represented by uppercase P in geometry. So the perimeter is going to be the addition of all the line segments in that particular figure. In this figure, we have line segment AB plus line segment BC plus line segment CD plus line segment DA. These are the four line segments we have, and therefore to find the perimeter, we're going to substitute the values of these line segments. Line segment AB is 7 3/4 miles, plus the line segment BC is 13 1/2 miles, and the line segment CD is 10 1/8 mile, and then line segment DA is 8 miles. So we can write 8 as 8/1 as a fraction. Now we have the sides as fractions in here, and therefore we can simplify these fractions. We'll come back to in step number 2, and we'll simplify these as follows. How do we simplify mixed numbers? We take the number in the denominator, multiply to the number on the side, and then add the number in the numerator, and then divide that whole expression by the denominator value. That is the first mixed number. We take the second mixed number and do the same process. Take the denominator value, multiply to the number on the side, take the product of that, and then multiply and then add the number on the numerator and divide that whole expression by the denominator value, which is 2. We go to the third expression. We have 10 1/8. We take the denominator value, which is 8, multiply to the number on the side, and then add 1 to that, which is in the numerator part, and then divide that whole expression by 8. And then the last expression, we just have 8, and we just wrote a whole number as a fraction by dividing it by 1. We simplify this process here. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 3 is 31 divided by 4, plus 2 times 13 is 26, plus 1 is 27 divided by 2, plus 8 times 10 is 80, plus 1 is 81 divided by 8, plus 8/1. So that is what we have. Now we want to find a common denominator for these denominator values, which are 4, 2, 8, and 1. If we look at this, let me write it as step number 3. We want to find the least common multiple for the numbers 4, 2, 8, 8 and 1. As you can see, 8 is a multiples of 2 and 4 is a multiples of 2, and therefore if we were to the least common multiple for 4, 2, 8 and 1 is going to be equal to 8. So if we were to write it out, we can write it out in this manner. I'm going to write here 4 times what number is equal to 8, 2 times what number is equal to 8, 8 times what number is equal to 8, and 1 times what number is equal to 8. So we know 4 times 2 is 8, 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 1 is 8, 1 times 8 is 8. So we have the numbers, therefore we can now find the common denominator for these. Therefore in step number 4, I'm going to write these as follows. The first improper fraction I have is 31 over 4. I'm going to multiply and divide this fraction by 2 to make it as a common denominator, to make it as a common denominator of 8. The second fraction I have is, let me use the black ink here. The second fraction I have is 27 over 2, and if I were to find a common denominator, I'm going to multiply and divide this by 4, so the common denominator is going to be 8. And the third fraction I have here is 81 over 8, and then in this case I'm going to multiply by 1 because 1 times 8 is 8, and then the last one I have is 8 over 1, and I'm going to multiply and divide this fraction by 8, so therefore the common denominator is going to be 8. The common denominator is going to be 8. So therefore we're going to simplify this. We're going to multiply the numerator parts, multiply the denominator parts, and therefore we're going to do it as follows. 31 times 2 is 62 divided by 8 plus 27 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10. 108 divided by 8 plus 81 times 1 is 81 divided by 8 plus 8 times 8 is 64. 64 divided by 8. So therefore, as you can see, we have a common denominator now. Therefore, the common denominator for all these fractions is 8. And when we have a common denominator for the fractions, we're going to combine the numerator parts. Therefore, 62 plus 108 plus 81 plus 64. When we add up all these values, we're going to come up with a value which is equal to 315 divided by 8. So you take 62 and then add 108 to it, and then add 81 to it, and then add 64 to it. So 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11, 11 plus 4 is 15. So carry 1 and then write the 5 there. Then 6 plus 8 is 14, 14 plus 6 is 20, 20 plus 1 is 21. So we carry the 2 and write the 1 there, and then 2 plus 1 is 3, and that is how we get 315. So 315 divided by 8. So this is the simplified form of this fraction. Since the numerator value is larger than the denominator value, these types of fractions are called improper fractions. But if we want to express this improper fraction as a mixed number, we can do that. We take 315 divided by 8, and we're going to perform the long division process here. 318 divided by 8. 8 times what number is equal to or less than 31? 8 times 3 is 24. Therefore, when we subtract 24 from 31, we are left with 7, and then we carry over this 5 here, and then we're going to repeat this process. 8 times what number is equal to or less than 75? 8 times 9 is 72, and when we subtract 72 from 75, we are left with the number 3, and therefore 315 divided by 8 is going to be equal to 39, 3 over 8, like that, and therefore 39 3 over 8 is the simplified form, or is simplified form of this number 315 divided by 8. 315 divided by 8 is in its improper fraction format, and 39 3 over 8 is in its mixed number format. Therefore, we're going to write the perimeter of the figure which we just saw. Perimeter of the figure is going to be equal to 39 3/8 miles. That is the perimeter of that figure. So this is how we can use addition of fractions to relate to reality, to relate to real world application problems. In my next presentation, we shall see more application problems related to addition, subtraction of fractions.